I'm just gonna go grab the last thing. That's my number one best purchase so far this year. Hi, and thanks so much for joining me. Today we are ranking my most recent Chanel purchases. So we have here mostly makeup, and then there's one item that I purchased that is outside of that category that we're going to talk about as well. So let's start with my least favorite, and these are things that I purchased, I want to say within the year, but some may have happened at the end of the last year. So my least favorite product that I purchased from Chanel so far this year has been this. So this is the, let's see, this is Le Volume Revolution de Chanel, the one that has like the ridges on it. Can you see that one? This is the one that I did not get along with. This definitely sounds like something I would love, which is volume. I love volume, I love length, I love separation, I love that lifted look, and I love that right away. A lot of luxury mascaras are very slow building, almost imperceptible mascaras, so that's the one thing that I like to be more prominent and easy to use. This was none of those things. Actually, it built volume, but it stuck my lashes together, and I know I'm not the only one because you have let me know you've had the same experience. So what this did is it deposited a lot of product on the lashes and then stuck them together so it looked like I had 5 really thick lashes, and that is definitely not what I wanted, and it was kind of like gloopy almost. It didn't go on smoothly or was very evenly distributed, so this was my least favorite purchase so far this year. Okay, so this might be the only item that I wouldn't recommend. The other ones I like, but some I like more than others. The next one is very recent. It's this one in 262 Sun Bliss. And not because it's not a good product, but because it's not great for me. It's not flattering by itself, and maybe I still haven't figured out a way to use it. So I think a lighter and more warm skin tone might work better with this, because this can surprisingly wash me out a bit. So I have to really figure out how to pair this with the right lip and layer it on top. So, oh, by the way, this is again the Rouge Coco Flash formula in 262 Sun Bliss. Let me know if you have this, what's your coloring, how do you wear it? I can really see it looking very beautiful on someone, but it's not the most beautiful on me. Love the formula though. Moving towards my favorites, still on the other side of the spectrum of not my favorite, is this new palette also. I think you're either going to really love this collection or not. However, I did see someone, they weren't wearing this, but I thought, oh, this might be a really nice combination with a lip that has some orange coral tones in it. And on someone who again is lighter. I feel like this collection works really well on very light skin tones, also very deep skin tones, very rich skin tones. I think this will look beautiful. This just is not the most flattering on me, although I have to say, I have used this since then, and when I do a very light swipe of color, either this one or this one, the more matte shades, it looks really pretty, but very light-handed. So a person whose look I saw this on, she was Asian with very classic features, and no mascara actually, so it was just this wash of color on the eyelid. So if you have that kind of eyelid, I don't, but if you have that kind of an eyelid and you are lighter in your skin tone, it might look really beautiful. So something to consider. But on my medium skin tone, because I'm like warm with some neutral tones, it just was fighting a little bit, but I can see how, if I can figure out how to use this, it might work really well. But I think the lip is going to be key. Again, picking something that has a little bit of a coral tone in it might be really beautiful. These Rouge Coco balms. These, with the clear, I purchased a few of them. And my least favorite of them is the one in blushing pink. It's a little bit harder for me to wear. It's like a cotton candy pink almost. I can see if you have, again, a lighter skin tone, lighter pigmentation to your lips, this might be really nice. It's a cool tone as well. So think about that in terms of your skin tone and what kind of tones you like. I really do love this formula. It's hydrating. So it might be one of my favorite formulas that they have. Okay, now I do like this one. This one in 752 Honey Bliss. I really like this color on me. So in comparison, if you were wanting something that was kind of like a tawny, beigey, like sun-kissed kind of look, you can see the difference there. This is the one in 262, and then this is the one in 752 Honey Bliss. Honey Bliss definitely works better. There's a little bit more color there. There's a little bit of like a pinky tone in there. so it's much more flattering. So I hope that helps if you wanted to go in that area. I really think that something bronzy would look beautiful with actually either one of these. This one is easier for me to wear. The one in 752 Honey Bliss. I love this for like a no makeup look. Actually, it's something that fills a void that I don't have a lot of in my collection. I can't remember, I feel like this was recent. I rarely buy lip liners, and this one is in 182 and it's very lovely. I've worn it underneath lipsticks and lip glosses. It's really pretty. Again, this is 182 Rose Framboise. I think one of you let me know you couldn't see it. I don't know what country you may have been looking at this from, but I wonder if that has something to do with this selection. But I was able to see it on my end, at least the last time I looked. Again, 182 Rose Framboise. It's a beautiful raspberry type of color. It's got some vibrancy to it, but not too much. Really pretty in terms of what I think a lip liner should do. Then this one's a bit of a surprise. This one is the blush number 20. I thought this might actually be more towards the other end in terms of things I did not love, because this looks like it's going to be brown. It's not though. It's got like an antique rose, apricot kind of dusty rose element to it. It's again 20. I love the formula too. It's not like slippery or glossy like I thought it would be. It's more like what it should be, which is their blush product. So they have this, and they have their balms also. They look very similar, but they are very different. So you can even see here that the light is kind of reflecting off of it versus this. It's not that same kind of consistency. And it doesn't lift off the concealer that I apply this on, so it's really nice for that. I love it for no makeup. Actually, I think I would really like this with the Honey Bliss. I might do a look with this. I think that might be really beautiful. So that, and maybe even this peachy tone here, maybe even this color in the golden, we'll see. Moving along, we have this product, which is not a new product, but it's a new color, and this is the Le Rouge Duo in Pink Nude. So I didn't think I would use this as much as I have since I demoed it, but it's the first color that I'll put on my lips. I'll put like a pH color on to kind of give it some moisture, and then I'll go in with this, a really light layer, and then I'll go in with, of course, the gloss part of it, and it lasts a really long time. It's just a pretty way to even out. I have kind of a natural lip liner on my lips, so it evens it out, gives it a little bit of lightness, but still really natural. So I prefer this not as an opaque layer, but a thin layer just to kind of even everything out. I know I forgot to include something here. So we've got this blush. It's my second one that I had, but the updated formula. This one is in 72 Rose Initiale. And this is a really pretty pink color on me. You can see there's a tad bit of warmth, but because I have some warm tones in my skin, it comes across as just a really pretty pink shade. There isn't anything shimmery in here. It's a lovely finish though. It's not completely flat, but it does still provide some life, but a very lovely blush. If you're looking for something simple, something versatile. This works with a lot of looks, especially my cool palettes. Closer to the favorites, we've got this. Okay, so this is my favorite mascara by Chanel. I, until this point, had not had a mascara that I would rely on from Chanel. Oh, I forgot to talk about this. So this is the Gardenia look, if you didn't see that one. I forgot to mention that I only went in with one coat for this look right here because I wanted it natural. This can build up, but it also has the potential to kind of build up on the ends, which I don't love, so I just have to be careful with that. But I was happy to be able to find a mascara that I liked by Chanel, and this is in 10, so it's in the black. So yeah, let me know if there's another mascara that I'm missing, but I've tried, I think, all of them at this point, and this one gives me that volume length definition without clumping them together, and also has a nice uplifted kind of look for me. So do let me know what your favorite mascara by Chanel is. Then we have this, okay, so I mentioned we were going to talk about the lip. This lip is this one right here. So I have 3 that I picked up in the recent past here, and this one is in Raspberry Kiss. This is my favorite one. As you can see, it's got a really pretty color. I think this maximizes what this product I think was created for in my mind, where it's something easy to wear, gives you a little burst of color and a little bit of life, nothing too serious though, and a little bit playful. And I think that that's what this color does. I think the formula does that, and I love that it's easy to reapply. Always love that. Then we got something, I think this was recently featured, and I'm surprised and not surprised that it's this far up in terms of, because I only have 3 things left, including this, because I just used this, but it's something I've been looking at for over 6 months now, maybe since they were released. But I was trying to find something that was just going to bring a little bit of glow to the eyelid area and not provide a lot of color. And in all of the palettes that I have by Chanel, I think I have almost all of them, I haven't been able to identify a color that is like universal that I can use with all palettes, because it wouldn't be too warm or too cool, and it has a very even kind of glow to it, no intermittent shimmer. All the particles I wanted the same size. Didn't want it to be glittery. I didn't want it to even be shimmery. I wanted it to be more satin, but with a little bit of glow. Very specific. So I love Brune Taupe. That is beautiful, but there's still some identifiable particles in there. This one though, I was actually worried when I opened this because I thought I could see some identifiable particles, but I think it's the way the light is hitting it. It's much more even than that. I have it on now. This is in 234 Beige Sable, and this one goes out of stock because a lot of people, I think, have discovered that it's very universal and can be worn many different ways with other palettes to enhance them or on its own. But it just is like a beautiful little highlighter for the eyes, but not a highlighter. It's not super glowy either. I think it's just the right amount of glow. Enough glow, but not too much to stand out. Especially if you have a more matte palette, like I started with a matte palette and then just added on the lid on the inner corner. I also think this probably would do really well as something like a highlighter. Let's do that now since we're right here. I'm just gonna take this brush and let's go down the bridge of the nose and see what this looks like. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me a little bit of like a powder version of the Victoria Beckham highlighter that's in the stick form. It reminds me of like that kind of a color and that kind of an effect, but on the powder side. Of course, without the glossiness of that powder. Okay, now that I have it on my nose, so I do see some like very, very minor little individual particles, but they are tiny. I mean, I'm being very picky right now, but this is what I was looking for. But I did not see that on my eyes. So let me know if you have this, what you think of it. Do you see intermittent particles in there? I did not see it on my eyes, but I am detecting just a few teeny tiny little ones on my nose. But happy to have this because I feel like I've been looking for this for a long time. Okay, next we have this I just used for this look. And this is a beautiful color. So this is the eyeshadow liner kohl in Taupe Fume. And I love this pencil because I love the color. I love the way it wears. It goes on really smoothly. It's very versatile. It has that coolness that I like, but it's not gray. I love gray, but sometimes gray can be a little, one-dimensional because it's just gray, but this has like a mushroomy tone to it. It has a softness to it because of that mushroom tone in there. This one has been sold out as well. I've used this as an eyeliner. I've used it as a base for makeup, in that I applied it all over the lid and then put something shimmery. Actually, that might be really interesting to do this and apply it with this. Like, as you can see, it's almost like my clothing items. It's elevated basics that I really love and get the most use out of. So I love to play with unusual things like this palette. To me, this is unusual because it's got more color to it, but it's not something that I get the most out of because I don't use it very often. It's more like something to experiment with, something fun, something different, but I'm always going to go back to the things that are reliable and things that I can count on and things that are timeless. So in my mind, these are timeless kinds of things. Okay, speaking of timeless, I'm just gonna go grab the last thing. That's my number one best purchase so far this year. Okay, so these right here, and maybe not a surprise because these are classic, they are timeless, they are things I will wear over and over again, get my use from. Those are the Ballet Flats, and of course I'll style them up for you if you want to take a closer look at them. But they're really versatile. You can wear them with a dress, shorts, denim, skirt. You pretty much wear it with any outfit and it elevates it, so that's what I love. But it reminds me a lot of this in that I had my eye on it for a long time and I kept thinking about it, wanting to purchase it. Now that I have them, it makes sense that I thought about them so much because they are versatile items that I can use with lots of different things. And again, those are my favorite kinds of purchases. So do let us know what your most favorite Chanel purchases have been this year, or your favorite purchases. Let us know what you've been loving. Chanel's one makeup brand that I love amongst just a handful. I really just love a few brands in terms of makeup, and I probably could count them on my hand. Let me know if you'd like me to do this with other brands. Let me know in the comment section below. But that is it for today's video, so please take care of each other, stay well. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. I've worn it underneath lipsticks. I've worn it underneath lipsticks.